Hello, this is Virtual's Chess Noob, learning and having fun with chess. Today, I'm going to show you how to crush the Caro-Kann with the von Hennig Gambit, and this is a good example of many opening gambit play. So I had the white pieces in this game, as you can see, and this was a daily game format. I led with e4, and black played c6. The Caro-Kann defense, a very, very good defense for black, but you do need to learn how to play it. So against Caro-Kann, of course, move down the main line, 2 pawns in the center, and now e5. The logic of the Caro-Kann is you're trying to deflect one of white's center pawns with a flank pawn. Now, however, here the best move is quite simple. Knight to c3, defending that pawn. They take. Now, normally you would take back. That would be the main line. And the von Hennig Gambit is where you go, look, I don't mind losing that pawn. It's a bit too forward. It's doubled. I'm going to focus instead on trading that bit of material for rapid development. So bishop to c4. Now you will see here that, black is a little bit ahead because, black is upper point of material, but it's not -1. It's less than -1 because white's position is better than black. That's with the accelerated development. So they're up a bit of material, but look, I've got 2 pieces developed. They've got 1 pawn, 2 pawn. This pawn's slightly weird. It's doubled up. So this is the idea behind opening gambits, and very often it's a little bit easier to play here for white as well because I just develop normally. They develop the knight, trying to defend that pawn. That's fine. I challenge that pawn now with f3. What are they going to do? If they move forward, that doesn't work because that just helps me develop. So they take, capture back with knight, and again, I've got another up in development, ready to short castle, potentially semi-open f-file controlled by my rook. Very, very good. Here, black plays e6, blocking in the development of their light square bishop. And so this was an inaccuracy, and in fact, in this position, it's just about 0, 0, 0. So I'm down 1 point of material, but that's how much better my position is. Now here, black avoided a potential trapped line in the von Hennig Gambit. If you're not familiar with it, it goes, not uncommonly, black would try to pin my knight to the queen, thinking that they're going to regain some tempo by paralyzing one of my pieces. However, that doesn't work because white can play the very devious knight forward, attacking the bishop. Oh no, my queen! And if they're greedy and take the queen, thinking, ha ha ha, they've won. Bishop captures pawn on f7, checkmate move 8, good game. Where did that come from? Devious, devious trap. Now here my opponent avoided the trap by playing the e-pawn, and so I now short castles. Very, very good. I'm now developed, 3 pieces out, rook in a good position, while for my opponent, they only have 1 developed knight, while 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of their 7 remaining pieces are not developed. So here, white is doing pretty well, even though it says 0, 0, 0. So, black can potentially be okay, but they need to play very accurately while it's fairly easy to play for white. They develop the bishop, no worries. I now develop my queen. They now make a mistake. So they push their knight forward. However, they needed to develop their pieces first. This bit of adventurism by their knight, it's unsupported. Maybe they think they've got a double attack there. There's nothing there because that pawn is defended twice over. So now I rotate my knight over to the king side, expecting that my opponent is probably going to castle in this direction, if they choose to castle. Now they thought that was an attack on that bishop, but it wasn't. I am targeting the f7 pawn, often the weakest pawn for black, only defended by the king. The knight jumps forward again, and here, look at Stockfish evaluation. It's uncertain how good this move is. But as it goes to deeper and deeper depths, Stockfish starts to realize that this is a potentially really, really good move. In fact, at higher depth, it's plus 3.5. So Stockfish is misevaluating the strength here. Now, the reason why this was a mistake is that there's actually a stronger, more forcing move, which was to play bishop to g5 with an attack on the queen. So that was potentially the better move. Here, the reason why Black moving the bishop back, a backwards move, was bad is that they needed to prevent these moves. Their best move was actually blocking and defending the g5 square by pushing their h-pawn. This was their last chance to prevent disaster. Unfortunately, they miss it. So my target was the f7 pawn. These are the best moves for Black in defending that f7 pawn with either a rook or the queen. This was a blunder. It's a blunder, I suspect, because Black didn't realize I could take. I can sacrifice that. And in fact, I did, and it's a brilliant move. It's a brilliant move because that is attacking, you know, it's a fork of the rook and queen. It looks like the king must take. It is actually their best move, but now the knight to either of these squares is a double check. Now here initially I was going to play just a knight here, double check, king forced to move, and then capture the knight. So, and in fact Stockfish does think that's the best move. After thinking for a while, I saw a slightly more devious move, which was in the other direction, knight to the g5, a double check. You can see Stockfish still thinks that that's the best move. Why did I think it was that good? It was because after the king moves, I now get to take that pawn. So now fully open f-file, pretty much fully open e-file with the Black king trapped in the center of the board. And here you think, oh look, can't the bishop just take? If they take, that is mate. So they can't do that. The knight is attacking the queen. Now here the best move potentially for Black is to force a check and then play the queen to this square. My opponent, however, I think had convinced themselves that they had lost the queen and so decided to play queen captures pawn with check. Doesn't matter. That is now a capture with a discovered check as well. Emotional damage. GG. My big takeaway from this game is that if you're a beginner, learn to play some opening gambits. They're really fun to play and they help develop your tactical nous. I hope you enjoyed this video and thanks for watching.